God's plan. God's plan. I hold back sometimes.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Math Talk with Mr. Faison, and I'm Mr. Faison. On today's episode, we're on part 2 of adding fractions. So I had to get a more difficult problem for us to solve, right? Let's get that on up here and let's get started. So now look at this, right? What I did was I wrote it out how you might see it, and I wrote it out how I usually solve it, right? So you can solve it this way, but for me personally, it works better for me when I solve it this way. But this is the way you might see it, okay? So if we're looking at it, right, what we have is 10 and a half, we have 8 and 4 over 5, and we have 3 and 1 over 4, right? So me writing it down like this, like I said, it's easier for me to solve it this way. So whenever we're working with adding and subtracting fractions, the first thing we want to do is make sure all of our denominators are the same. Now looking here, we can tell that all the denominators are not the same. This is a 2 right here, this is a 5, and that's a 4. So what we got to do is we got to find the LCM of these three numbers so that we can get the least common multiple, and we can get our denominators the same. First thing we're looking at is this 2, right? I look at multiples of 2. Multiples of 2 are going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. All right? Now, if I come here for 5, what are my multiples of 5? Oh, my multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20. All right? We can go another one in there, 25. And for 4, we got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Now just looking at this, my least common multiple. Just to skip past all of that, hopefully y'all seen it already. If you didn't, you should know, or you'll see that least common multiple is 20. So that means I need to turn all of my denominators into 20. All right, that's what I do, turn all of my denominators into 20. The way I do that is by me asking y'all this. What can I multiply 4 by to get 20? That's gonna be 5. And whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. That is now 5 over 20. What can I multiply 5 by to get 20? That's gonna be 4. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. That's gonna be 16 over 20. What can I multiply 2 by to get 20? That's gonna be 10. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. That's gonna be 10 over 20. All right? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add all of these up. This is actually gonna give me, if I have 10 plus 16 plus 5, that's gonna give me 31 over 20. All right? Now I have 10, 8, and 3. That's 18, 19, 20, 21. My question to y'all is, can I put 21 and 31 over 20 together and make it 21 and 31 over 20? Y'all better not have said yeah. Y'all better not have said yeah. Because we got to remember, like I taught y'all multiple times, you cannot put a whole number with an improper fraction. So what I have to do is this. I have to turn this improper fraction into a mixed number like we did before, right? Like I've showed y'all before. So how many times does 20 go into 31 evenly? It will only go in there one time. After it goes into it that one time, how many is left over? 11. And we keep our denominator the same. All right? Now what I can do is I can add this 21 to this. I can add that to that. And this now will become 22 and 11 over 20. Hey, that was adding fractions with Mr. Faison. I'm going to catch y'all next time for subtraction.
God's plan. God's plan.